Happy freaking Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I know I missed the last live stream. I know. But we're back, baby. Last week had a little bit of a bug. Couldn't talk right for very long without... So it was going around, but we feel better today. You know, still a little bit low energy, but just taking a look at this chat. It's bringing me back up. Man, we got some people in the house. Happy freaking Wednesday. Huge shout out to the first comment. The first comment gets an applause. We got Ground Fog in the house. My man Top Dog coming in as well. Channel mod, channel member. He says, live long and produce much knife content. Oh, we will. We're just getting started. There is so much more to do. Shout out to Broke AZ Knives. I like that. Colby Venable as well. We've got Ian Coates, my man. Round of applause for our channel moderators. He said, I heard there were cookies. You see, there were. And then I ate them. I know. Talk about clickbait, right? I literally said there were cookies, and now there's no cookies. Shout out to Tyler Williams, Jay Scott as well. We've got Craig Vincent, James Alton, internal voice coordinator said sharp, shiny cookies. Don't eat those. They're ornamental cookies. They're not meant to be consumed. B Shady, how's it going, man? Good to see you. We got Jim Miller in the house as well, another channel member. Shout out to the channel members, always doing the most. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Neil McKenzie joining us as well. We got Richard Kastner in the house. Guys, what a Wednesday, and you guys are already piling in. I greatly appreciate it. You know, yesterday, I guess it was kind of this morning since I released the video at like midnight. I released the video that I was kind of nervous about because I haven't really shown off any channel stats in any of my videos. YouTube kind of frowns upon that kind of thing. But I wanted to kind of, do something different than a regular knife review. And you guys showed up and showed out, and apparently the video is very popular. So thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Getting a bit of a peek behind the curtain, and yeah, it was fun. But I'm curious. It's been 2 weeks. This is week number 2. What have you been carrying? What was in your pocket today? Today I carried the Quiet Carry 9. Sweet knife. The Quiet Carry 9 is it's unbelievably good. Of course, that could just be my opinion. I carried that. Also, backup carry was the ever reliable knife, the Demco 80-20.5 that I modified. I carry this knife so much since I modified it. It's a good carry because, I don't care about damaging it at all. The Oz 10A blade, I could, reprofile this in a heartbeat. So, you know what? That's actually kind of nice. This is my beater knife, and it's got aluminum scales on there. I ain't worried about anything. And then the light, I actually still have in my pocket. Hang on. Carried this guy, the Olight Baton 3 Pro. And this is one of the limited versions with the topographic. Yeah. So that was my carry today. Kind of simple. What was in your pocket? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to try to catch up with the chat as well. All right. Richard Kastner said, I had my molded PM2 and a Terax. Nice. And a Civivi Terax. Nice. Hey, shout out to Anaso joining us as well. He says, hey guys, still at work, so I can't really stay. Just checking in, dropping my like, and getting back to work. I went true Warney Wednesday today. Not sure what I'll do when I need to belly slice. I mean, I would lend you my knife, dude. This has enough belly on it, right? Or this one. This one has a ton of belly. I didn't carry it, but I'd lend it to you. It's nice to have variety. If you carry more than one knife, 2 different blade shapes might be worth it. Craig Vincent. Oh my goodness. Craig is a walking armory. Craig. All right, Craig, what did you carry? He carried the Cold Steel 8010, the Talwar, the Range Boss, the Slockmaster, the PM2, the Camillus Vector, and Petrified Fish Havrog. At approximately 6:15 p.m., I switched out the Camillus for a Kubi Titius. It was a light day. Our definitions of light are very, very different. But I can get behind that, man. I mean, you can outfit whatever group you're hanging out with. I bet you're loads of fun in the zombie apocalypse. Neil Knight said, I'm going to bed, brother. Wish I could stay up for the rest of the live. Do you have any lives Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? If it weren't for your content, I would not desire the Beowulf so much, man. Well, first and foremost, have a great night. If you're watching this later, or if you haven't gone to bed yet, so far, I do 1 live per week. Of course, barring something happening. I have an everyday life just like you guys, but that's Wednesdays. Now, I have been playing around with the idea of having 2 lives. Lives are a bit more difficult because I can't, like, if a regular piece of content, right? I can chop it up. I can spend an hour here taking pictures. I can spend, an hour here recording and then an hour here editing and coming up with my thumbnails and stuff like that. But lives, you're here in the seat for however long that live is. And so that can be a little bit tricky, but I am playing with the idea of bringing about another live stream. When would that be? I'm not entirely sure. The times that I would pick often collide with a lot of the channels that I know you guys already watch, like Tri-State EDC, or there's just other live streams going on during that time, and I have to ask myself, like, do I want to put my audience in the position where they have to choose? Do we watch Tri-State? Do we watch Knives? Do we watch Lefty, or do we watch Rollshambo? I don't necessarily know where I fit in there, and so I want to do a second live. I haven't figured out when. We will probably integrate it sometime in 2024. I'm not looking to make any big channel changes after the last month of the year. I've got a lot of stuff scheduled out. James Alton said that he carries the old school Manix 2 the old school Manix 2 lightweight in a case blue corncob jig Barlow. Nice. I also carry a Manix 2. In fact, this is the only Spyderco that I currently have that's an American-made Spyderco that has not been modified at all. Stock clip, which I hate. Stock handle skills, which are fine. I haven't even, modified the ball bearing lock cage, even though that's a good one to modify. And I've been thinking that I might have to, at some point, maybe I'll make a video about it in January, but this guy might need some mods sometime in the near future. Ian says, early week lives are hard to schedule. Everyone going live. Yeah, man. You know what? And here's the deal. Right now, Neves Knives has a live, and after his live, he pushes people to Mike Emler, which I've never watched his live, but I'm sure it's good. I've heard good things. Hey, shout out to my man Gator Aaron in the house. If you didn't know, Aaron is a 100%
certified badass.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Welcome in, Gator Aaron, another channel moderator. Good to see you. Experience Precision said, how's the action on the Manix? Snappy or soft? Thanks. That's a great question, and it's a great question because people often look at the lock and they're like, well, does it have the action similar to an Omega spring? I would actually say that it's better. That isn't to say that it's as snappy as a knife that has a real detent, like a PM2. But it is still snappier than, say, the action on this microtech stitch, which, you know, the action's not bad, but it's not nearly as good by any stretch. I was actually kind of hoping that microtech was going to go more of the way of the Manix 2 lock style and less of the way of the benchmade Omega Spring style. And I'm failing on this one. There we go. So it's better than the action on the stitch, without a shadow of a doubt. Stitch still looks cooler, to be honest with you. And if I'm being completely 100% honest, the microtech stitch with the ram lock it's truly one of my favorite carries. But if we're just talking about straight up action, yeah, no, the Manix 2 has it beat by a country mile. Not even by a kilometer, by a country mile. It is snappy. It's not washy or soft at all, but it's also not tight or clicky. It's somewhere in between. I would say that it's not as good as a traditional detent action, but it's better than what you'd get off of an Omega Spring, if that makes any sense. So action on here, really like it. I will say this, if you buy a Spyderco Manix 2 and you get one with the DLC coating on the blade, you have got to give it time to break in, because the DLC coating is going to resist wear a lot. That's why they put it on there. It protects the blade from scratches, from rust, from all that crap. But it also protects the blade from the detent and from the ball bearings in, well, does it have ball bearings? No, it's just the detent. The action, it takes some time for it to wear in on a DLC coated blade, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it took me probably about 400 or 500 deployments of this thing to get it to drop shut like that. It took some time. People that get the version that doesn't have the DLC coated blade don't run into that, because the action, there's no coating to arrest that movement. So I will say this, I do prefer the DLC coating on the blade. However, understand that there is 100% a break-in period, and you have to give it time to do that. There we go. Ian Coates says all actions are better than a CRK. Listen, Chris Reeves knives are, the actions on them are just different, and I actually equate it more to the action that I get on this one, the Strider AR-75 with the phosphor bronze washers. It's not like better or worse is not necessarily a thing. There's hydraulic type action, there's a guillotine type action. Phosphor bronze washers are going to give you more of a glide, whereas ball bearings are going to give you more of a, you know, chop your fingertips off kind of action. So it really just kind of depends. But I would say that, you know, between Chris Reeves and between Strider knives, I actually really like this action. I really do. And it's not the most fidgety knife ever, but it doesn't have to be. The knife is just badass the way that it is, and it makes no apologies for that. There's no grit getting in the action of this with the washers, just like there's no grit that's going to get in the action of that Chris Reeves knives, whether it's a Zahn or a Sebenza, so on and so forth. Gator Aaron said, I'll trade you a Manix 2 mod for that stitch. I will decline. Thank you. Greg Vincent said, I tested the type with a 23 Walkman 1603, and I love the ball lock. I imagine the Spyderco with the 21.7 times better. Oh man, shout out to Gator Aaron with the 5 gifted memberships.
Oh yeah, certified badass.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Gator Aaron, thank you, man, and welcome in, and to some of you, welcome back to the channel memberships and to being connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Congrats to James Alton, B Shady, Richard Kastner, Drink Water, Kevin C. Welcome in, fellas. Super kind of you, Gator Aaron. Thank you, man. Thank you. Gator Aaron said, did those memberships make a difference for the trade? I see what you're putting your finger on the scale, and you're like, what about the Mannix 2 and 5 gifted memberships? We're getting closer. We're getting closer. But the Stitch, now is the time to get into them, guys, because like honestly, these are starting to become available on a much more frequent basis. And I gotta say, like, this knife is also not the most fidgety knife ever, but it's quite possibly the most badass looking knife that Microtech puts their hands on as far as production models are concerned. What happened to my focus? There it is. There's just a certain level of joy that this knife provides. I'm with it 100%. Gator Aaron with another donation of $3.50. He says, what about Tree Fitty? Does this grease the deal? Aaron's over here, making me offers that I can't refuse. You keep putting your finger on the scale, man. Thank you. Shout out to Michael Upchurch and Jim Miller. Jim, did I already say hi? Hi, Jim. Good to see you, man. Sometimes I forget who I've said hi to and who I haven't. Shout out to Tori Casey. He says Roman OCD for EDC sells a kit with a new spring and ceramic ball. They also sell aluminum and titanium cage locks, which are much better than the crummy plastic ones it comes with. Yes, 100%. That is correct. And more than just OCD for EDC, you can get custom work for Spydercos everywhere. I will say this. I'm past the point of buying anything that's not made in America specifically for my American-made Spydercos. And the reason why is because it just feels weird to me to take a fully American-made knife that's literally made right down the street from me. You see where it says Golden, Colorado on there? Yeah, I could go there for lunch. So for me, it feels weird. Feels weird to put something that's made in another country on that knife. Now here's the good news, fellas. If you end up adopting that opinion, and you don't have to, it's just my opinion, but if you end up adopting that opinion, the best part about American-made Spydercos is that you can find American-made mods everywhere. There's no reason to go aftermarket Chinese on these because you can find scales, you can find the ball cages, you can find a lot. Pocket clips, back spacers, you name it. All made in here in the US. So for example, this guy, Blade Ops Emerson edition of the PM2. All these mods on here, American made, baby. American made. These are dark matter fat carbon fiber scales from Sharp Dress Knives. That is a dark matter fat carbon fiber backspacer from Rip's Garage Tech. That's an MXG deep carry titanium pocket clip. All American made. Well, hold the phones. We've got a 10-month member to shout out. And of course, we are shouting out my man, Top Dog. Congrats on 10 months, brother. For his 10-month membership shout out, he says, almost a year and I'm still here. The place to be. Thank you. And thank you for being a member for 10 months, for riding with the channel. It means a lot to see familiar faces and to know that the time hasn't just flown for me, but there's plenty of people that have supported the channel and been with the channel, since before I even had 1,000 subscribers. And that's nuts to me because we've grown a lot in the last year. So thank you, Top Dog. I appreciate you, man. And Neil Knight says, lucky bastard. I went there last June to their factory in Golden and I would 1,000% live there. I don't suggest that. That could be very bad for the budget. It's hard enough living down the street. BEDC in the house says, what's up, fam? I hope everyone is doing extremely well. I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty all right. Craig Vince said, I love Colorado. Been a... Hey, shout out to Pretty Fly for a Knife Guy. Welcome in. And Brasher Bear. Brian Dixon. Welcome in, man. Roman M says 100% on that, Neil Knight. Yeah, I agree. Brasher Bear says, oh, thanks for being a Red Wing in Colorado, Roll. Hey, and shout out to Neil Knight for becoming a channel member. A connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny yourself. Neil, thank you and welcome back. Welcome back. I think you've been a channel member before. It's good to see you again. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All right, guys. So there's a topic that I kind of want to talk about. For those of you who watch Neves live before joining this live on Wednesdays, tonight, he was talking about a video that I had considered bringing up. And I'm not a huge fan of drama, but I take issue with this video that Neves was talking about because it's a video from a channel called Red Wolf EDC. And I don't mind mentioning his name because he spouted a lot of stuff that just wasn't true. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold the phones. Here it is. Red Wolf EDC. For the record, I have absolutely zero against this man personally. He's another person in the community, and I'm sure he's just trying to build his presence because I remember that he used to be a channel that was going strong. He took like 6 months off, came back, and he lost his following. And that's kind of what happens when you have a channel that's going strong and then you leave it for 6 months. So now I have a feeling that he's trying to figure out how to get back into the stream of things. And so we made this video called The Sickness of YouTube and Its Creators. Apparently I've got the black lung. But he said a bunch of stuff that just wasn't true. And I'm not going to make you guys watch this full video. There's just a section in here that I wanted to touch on because I think it's absolutely baloney. You know, I get that you try different strategies to get more views, to get eyeballs on what you're doing. I get that. This is not one of them because the strategy that he's using is 100% disingenuous. It's just not true. He makes a claim in here on this video where he says like, oh yeah, content creators get like paid $3,000 per video, you know, like places will pay them that. That is a bald-faced lie. That is blatantly like my channel is bigger than his, and that's not to say anything negative about his channel or what he's doing there. I have never gotten offered $3,000 to make a video for anybody. You know, maybe I'm just not doing it right.
Epic fail.
Or maybe, just maybe, he's trying to do a whole shock and awe thing to get eyeballs on his channel. So I just wanted to address his video because technically I'm part of the YouTube creator section. So whether he wanted to or not, he included me in this.
Companies talking about wanting to purchase either ad space, which ranges from a few $100s for a video to $15,000, $20,000 sometimes for just some really just bold advertisement.
Did you hear this, man? $15,000, $20,000 for a video? I guarantee you, the biggest, most successful channels in this community have never been offered $20,000 for a video ever. It gets better.
Everything from mobile games, which I deliberately ignore because
the mobile game emails are all scam emails. They come in from foreign, like Czech Republic emails, and they're 100% a scam. Maybe he thinks they're real. They're not. they're a scam. So those offers, like, he could probably pull up an email and be like, see, I got the offer for $3,000 for a video. It's a scam. And it doesn't take a whole lot of research to do that. You don't have to be a computer mind to figure out what spam email is, right? If it goes to the spam folder in your email, it's spam.
I'm not really a mobile gamer, and that sounds like hell to me. To people wanting to have, like, a really common one I get right is new companies, primarily Chinese companies, sometimes other companies, including US companies, that are trying to get a sponsored video, but in particular, they want to guarantee a positive review, and they'll pay you for that positive review. Or at the
Now, I will say this. I have had companies approach me and ask me to my face, we're going to send you this knife. Let us know when you post a positive review. I've not once ever taken a piece of free EDC equipment for the promise of a positive review. You know, with all due respect, I would never do that, because the integrity of the channel is worth a hell of a lot more than whatever cheap piece of metal is in my hands. Because if they have to ask, let me put it to you like this. If they have to ask that you guarantee a positive review, it's because they don't have a lot of faith in the product that they're having you review. I don't want to do that. Yes, I post affiliate links, but I post affiliate links so that people can make up their own minds. And a lot of times it's on knives that I like, but I would never take a free knife to guarantee a review. Like, I'll spill the beans. You might notice that I haven't had any Reccomended knives on my channel anymore. And it's a shame, because I actually like Reccomended knives. I think for a budget brand, they're pretty good. On the last one, they sent me a knife. It was the Peacock, the Reccomended Peacock blue knife. Let me see if I can pull it up here. And honestly, my opinion of the Peacock was that it was garbage. It's pure and simple. The Reccomended Peacock. Can't spell peacock. Come on. I'll show you. It was this guy, but it was in blue. Here it is. A $40 knife. FRN handle scales. Terrible pocket clip. The blue color was all right. And they sent it to me. And at first it was fine, because they weren't asking me anything. And then I get it and I reach out, because the detent is the weakest detent that I have ever experienced on a knife. And I'm like, is this normal? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. Just, you know what? We need your positive review on this Amazon listing, right here. You know what I didn't do? I didn't review the knife. And I quite simply said, no, I'm not doing it. Because I would rate this knife a 3 out of 5 stars at best. And they're like, why? And I said, because you have no detent. I'm not going to ask people to spend $40 on a weak detent. Anyways, that's an example of why I refuse to take something for free. And I never reviewed this knife on my channel. In fact, I believe I gave it away to somebody. I gave it away for free. I didn't want to review it. Reccomended never talked to me again. I never reached out to them. After that, I was like, you know what? I'm not selling my soul for a $40 knife. I refuse. So that's the extent of what that is. Companies in China 100% will ask you for a positive review, but just like me, you can't buy Neves Knives integrity for a $40 knife or even a $300 knife. Trust me.
At the very least, a favorable review. It's one of the terms I get a lot. A favorable review. You can still voice your opinion. You can still make it seem organic. Keywords are seem organic.
People aren't dumb. If you're not genuine, you can tell. You can tell when you watch a video if someone's genuine. Sure, sometimes people might be lying, and maybe they're good at lying, but you can tell.
But it has pros and cons. You'd be like, well, hey, this is sponsored content, but here's the bad thing about this product. So you can kind of be like, hey, I shit on this product, but hey, this is also a good thing, so buy this product. That's a favorable review. It has some problems, but overall it's good enough to purchase. That is something companies use a lot, is a favorable review, but some are just bold about it, right? So they want a positive review with absolutely no negatives. And they'll pay you, so on and so forth. Now,
I've never had a company offer to pay me, except for, hey, here's an affiliate link if you want to put it on your video. That's it. No straight out cash offers.
For my side of the channel, I'm offered at the minimum about $300 for that sponsored content.
Bullshit. Nobody's offering this man $300. No one's, listen, and this is not a slight on him. Just do the math. Just do the math. Look at the last 10 videos or so that he put up. Are you paying this man $300 to make a video that's going to get at best 200 or 300 views? You're not. And again, I am not trying to crap on his channel. I'm just trying to point out that his video is not accurate. And I mention this because I don't want his video to be successful. I don't want people to think that we're out here making tons of money. Like, I would love for my channel to become a full-time job, but I'm not going to get there by selling my integrity for a $40 knife or a $300 ad spot. And I guarantee you, no one has ever paid this man $300 to make a video and put it on his channel. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. And let's get back to the chat. Craig Vincent said he probably can't tell the difference between the knife community and Kardashian fans. Probably not. A shout out to Chef Rocky and Joseph Jones. Welcome in, guys. Joseph Jones says, going to send a Mordax out for some work. Ooh, cool. What kind of work are you getting done? Let us know. John Blackman said, hey, Rollshambo, bought a Work Sharp Sharpener Mark II? All right. Wait, that wasn't the right sound effect. There we go. Congrats, man. Congrats. Sharpening your own knives is one of those extremely satisfying things to do. Like, I sharpen my knives when I'm feeling conflicted about something. You know, some people will meditate. I'll sharpen my knives, plain and simple. You know, like, that's my zen. That's what I do. There's something about having to focus on an edge bevel so hard to make sure that you get every inch and you don't leave a smile and you don't miss a spot. And then the satisfaction that comes, you know, when you test it right afterward and it's better than any factory edge you ever felt. Yeah, that's where it's at. Love it. All right. Ed B says, who presses your sensor button? That's me. And I know I don't do a good job of pressing the sensor button. It's on my soundboard, and there's not a whole lot of science to it. You just press it and you hope that you didn't press it for too long. I won't do it anymore. I promise. B Devious says, no peacocks for me. Yeah, dude, it's an okay knife for $40, but it's not great. I've reviewed some other Reccomended knives, and they never asked me to leave a positive review because I reviewed it and I gave it a positive review on its own merits. And I'm not saying that the people who have reviewed Reccomended knives are being disingenuous. I'm just saying that for me, the Peacock kind of killed it for me because I didn't want to spend time making a video saying that I liked a knife that I didn't. That detent was so weak, and I just couldn't get behind it. And when they heard that I was not going to give it a fully positive review, they're like, here, leave it on this Amazon. I'm like, no, I refused. That was not the assignment. Tori Casey says, I love to freehand, did a couple of the Tausers Monday. Couple other Towsers Monday, some kitchen knives last week. Dude, kitchen knives are so satisfying to sharpen. I love sharpening kitchen knives because I don't spend a lot of money on kitchen knives. Like my kitchen knife set is it's the Target special. You know, like if you look at my knife collection and see knives like this in there, and you're like, wow, you probably have some nice kit. No, I cheap out on the kitchen knives. But you know what? Make sure they're sharp, because you're not worried about how nice your kitchen knife is when it's super stupidly slicey. When it's so sharp, you don't have to worry about it. Like I've used expensive kitchen knives that were not sharp, and cheap kitchen knives that were, and I would 100%, if you were to hand me two, and one of them was a $300 Shun kitchen knife, but it wasn't very sharp, and then you hand me a Chicago Cutlery chef's knife and it's laser sharp, guess which one I'm going to want to use? The sharp one. Best knife for the job is the sharpest knife for the job. And you can quote me on that. Gator Aaron says $40 do the pyrite. Yeah, I mean, I'd much rather have pyrite than a Remet Peacock. Like, stop it, Remet. You were better than that. You can't buy my love. I am not for sale. Jim Miller says we have Cutco knives, surprisingly good. I haven't checked them out. I've been thinking about investing in some good kitchen knives. Pretty Fly says, oh crap, I mean I have Chicago Cutlery. Hey, Chicago Cutlery is fine. You just keep it sharp. I mean, you know, the best thing about cheap knives is that you don't need diamond stones to sharpen them. You can use something like a sharp pebble. You know, you can use the whatever kind of what's it called? The oxide sharpening stones. It's skipping my mind. But you don't need a diamond stone to keep a cheap kitchen knife sharp. You can do a regular soaking whetstone. No need for diamonds. That's the best part about a cheap kitchen knife. B. Devious says, is anyone going for Noel Grace tomorrow? I see Sean Lum got mad at me for wanting a shipping warranty and sent me my Grace Gengar exclusive number 45 of 45 on my pre-order. Not complaining extra. Excellent fit and finish. The Grace looks so good, guys. Oh my goodness. It looks so good, but I can't. I'm tapped because I'm not being offered, you know, $300 ad spots on my channel. Otherwise, you know, it would be a no-brainer. Brasher Bear says, can't buy your love, but can it be rented? No, you have to go to Red Wolf EDC's channel for that. All the smoke. Craig Vincent says, I won two Sun chef knives in a contested eBay battle 6 weeks ago. They arrived this week. They're 14C28N layers. I'll send you one if you want. Ooh. You know, that's kind of the weird thing is like borrowing something like a kitchen knife is it's not something that I think I could do because we're talking about cutting food, and then like I'm not sure I could do that. I really appreciate it though. And I do want you to let me know how good they are, because I have seen the two Sun chef knives and they're actually pretty cool. Let's see if I can pull one up real quick. What? There's some crazy knives in here. Where's the two Sun chefs? Here it is. Is it the TS999? That's a good looking knife. 14C28N. Rockwell at 59, which is, you know, it's run of the mill for 14C. I'm not worried about that. 14C, super easy to sharpen. Spine tapering, flex, handle. Yeah, you'll have to let me know how good it is, man. Craig Vincent says, lasers, not layers. For a second, I thought it was going to be like a Damascus blade. You got me excited. Joseph Jones says, I'm going to look for a decent chef knife for my dad for Christmas. That's a great Christmas gift. You know, it's weird because if you buy a kitchen item for like your spouse, you're a dick. If you buy something like a chef's knife for the man in your life, yeah. That's like, what is up with this? Like, they can buy us tools, you know, they can buy us, you know, kitchen utensils. But the moment you buy your wife a nice vacuum, you're just a the double standards. All right. I'll get off that soapbox. Don't ask me how I know. Tori Casey says, Jim, how are the handles on your Cutcos? Was looking at a set at Costco. Cutco dude was there, but the handles on those sets were narrow and I got paused. That is a great question. How are the handles on those? Because I like a girthy handle. I want there to be some substance if I'm going to grip the wood. B. Devious says, Rollshambo, did you order the Winterblade Severn? I did not. And I did not because I'm broke. That is the honest truth. Otherwise, I would have. I 100% would have. My money is tied up in what's currently on this desk right now. And that's actually a pretty good reason why I am going to be making a knife sale video, because I've got knives that I have to clear out so that I can make room in my budget and in my recording studio for more knives. And because I want to keep it rolling. I want to check out more. I've got to make space somehow. So there's going to be some knives that I put up for sale here very soon. They're really cool. That are going to be very well priced. So keep your eye out for that. As we roll into December and into the new year, I'll be making space so that I can continue to make videos. Not because I have to. Like, keep in mind, I can throw this stuff in a storage box if I want to. But because I want to. Because I want to give some great deals, free up some budget space, and roll into the new year with some new possibilities. Come on. I just realized the camera was focusing on my mic. Come on now. Rookie move. Jim Miller says a lot of your money is sleeping in her bassinet. You know, that's not necessarily true though. Kids aren't super expensive right out the gates. Like diapers, you know, they're not. Diapers aren't cheap, you know. But as far as paying for a human being, this is the cheap stage. You know, she's not in sports. She doesn't need a cell phone. She doesn't, you know, drive a car. I don't have to pay for insurance for that yet. What, you know, you fathers out there in the chat, you know I'm talking the truth. The expensive part comes later. Jim Miller says, Rollshambo, I got my wife a dishwasher this week. See? And I think that that's a very thoughtful gift. Where you're at in your relationship will determine whether or not she saw that as a great gift or not. Craig Vincent says, I have a 30-year-old Chicago cutlery kitchen set. I've only been into knives a year, but I've been into cooking and eating for a long time. Me too. You know, cooking and eating, you know, eating specifically, you know, since 1990. Gosh, there is something so satisfying about cooking with a chef's knife that is sharp, that you really like. There's something nice about that. Chef Rocky says, my newest chef knife was a gift from the wife, Bob Kramer. Chef Rocky, I know you've got some nice kitchen knives. Some people have both. They have nice, you know, EDC knives, and they also have nice kitchen knives. I'm going to have to start investing in that. Rich Kastner says $340 for a G10 Nitro V2 piece kitchen knife set from Vero. So tempting. Let's not go down this rabbit hole, guys. I'm already broke. I'll blame you. It'll be your fault. BDV says, I'm on the fence with the Severn. I could have bought the Factor, but didn't like the size. I think I'm crazy. So the Severn is a bigger knife than the Factor, and I've handled both. And I will say this, if you ever question the reliability of the Factor because of its full magnet situation, the Severn is a natural pick. Something that the Severn does that the Factor doesn't is it offers a wide price range. For me, the timing wasn't right, and I knew I wouldn't be able to buy one, which is why I'd reached out to Brian from Winterblade and said, hey, can I borrow a prototype? Because this is the only way I'm going to be able to put it on my channel. Not because he didn't offer some prices that were reasonable. You can get a Severn, a Winterblade Severn, for as cheap as $186. For most people, that's, for a Winterblade, that is really good. None of his other designs have ever sold that low, ever. The spine lock, the stealth lock, fantastic. The action on it, really, really good. I love the blade shape. It's a nice knife. If I had had the means, I would have put my name on that pre-order 100%. It just wasn't there. And a lot of times that's how it goes. You know, unfortunately, I'm not yet in a position where I can buy everything that I like. Maybe, in the future, if the channel ever takes a super launch, but for now, just wasn't in the cards. I am very grateful that I had an opportunity to check it out, though. Really cool knife. One of the coolest knives that I have checked out all year. Pretty Fly says, how do you sharpen a Severn or Factor without getting shavings on the magnets? So here's what I would do. You have to be brave. First of all, the Severn doesn't have any magnets, so you just sharpen it, man. The only magnet on the Severn is the thumb stud, and you can literally take that off without any tools. For the Factor, or even for something like the Mirage, if you're trying to avoid getting metal shavings on the magnets, you can take the magnets out of the blade. So what I would do is I'd just disassemble the knife, and then I'd just put the blade in a fixed angle sharpener and just sharpen the blade with no magnets on it. Then when you're done, put it back in the knife and you're good. No metal shavings. So there's ways you can do this for sure. And that's what I would do for the Mirage. That's what I would do for the Factor, because the magnets on both the Mirage and the Factor, they're not glued on. They use the force of the magnets to stay on the blade, so you can actually take them out pretty easily without damaging anything. Just got to be okay about taking the knife apart. Ed B says Severn only has a magnet for the thumb stud. Correct. B Devious says I'm holding out for the TRM Shadow with the Lizard titanium scales coming in January. You're like the voice in my head. It does look great. Richard Kastner says Brian is a mad genius. I will have one of his models someday. Dude, he is not stopping anytime soon. And I've had conversations with him. He is actually aiming to attack multiple parts of the market. So we're going to see some knives that are more affordable. I won't say budget, because he doesn't do budget work. But he's going to have more affordable options. He's going to have magnet options. He's going to have non-magnet options. He never takes a day off. He doesn't stop. And that's what makes Winterblade so cool, is that at some point, I guarantee he will have a design that you must have. And when that happens, you'll find a way. That's how it works. Craig Vincent says TS601 or TS966, take your pick and tell me where to send it. I sent Bees a code 4. Can't let Bees get all the toys. Man, you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind. I don't think I've seen the TS 601. Air Transit. That is not it. Let's try that again. Tucson TS 601. Dang, that's a good looking knife too. What about the Tucson TS 966? That's super cool. That is super cool. I love that blade shape. And I know, like, not all chef knives blade shapes are the same. But I am a novice when it comes to chef knives. Those are cool. Those are really cool. I would say that the TS 966 would definitely be the one. But I would say if you're going to give a knife away, give it to someone in need. I have been very blessed this year. I've had lots of companies send me stuff. I've seen a lot of support from you guys. It wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right to accept that. So thank you so much for your generosity. But I would say there's probably someone out there that needs it more than me. I do want one now, though. I do want a Tucson kitchen chef knife, because those do look really great. Todd Carr says the other way would be to put painter's tape on the handles and closing it. Talking about sharpening a magnet knife? Yeah, that could possibly work. I would rather just take the magnets off the blade and just sharpen just the blade. It's a little more work, but it's a cleaner sharpen. It's a cleaner grind session. Hey, shout out to John Blackman, new channel member.
This is Sparta!
Everyone, give John Blackman a warm welcome to the channel membership. Thank you for supporting the channel, John. We definitely appreciate you. B. Devious says, how are you enjoying that Quiet Carry 9? I have the same knife with the blue fat carbon scales. Sorry about the packaging, and I'm glad that it came in safe. Oh, man. So people give me some crap about my comments on the packaging for this, because there was no tape. There was Quiet Carry didn't send this my way with any tape on the box. I'm like, are you joking? Are you out of your mind? How do you ship this knife without securing it? And I got comments ranging from, oh, it must have been like opened in an audit, to, oh, mine came with tape, or mine didn't come with tape. Knives get lost in transit all the time, even when they're properly packaged. But someone did leave a comment and mention that theirs also didn't come with tape on the end. And that's concerning, because that either means that, one, either Quiet Carry's shipping is getting audited by the U.S. Postal Service, which is probably the last organization that needs to audit anybody. Like, they need to be audited. Or their shipping is just getting sloppy, which is not okay. As far as the knife itself, this is fantastic. I said this in my video, 100% EDC royalty right here. Quiet Carry, phenomenal job. Oh my goodness, we got Bluminati Ninja as well joining the channel membership. Welcome in, Bluminati. Congrats, and thank you for supporting the channel, my man. Everyone, welcome in Bluminati Ninja to the channel membership. Got another connoisseur and collector in the house. Craig Vincent says, use it as a giveaway. We could do that. Craig, hit me up. My email is in the description. We could do a giveaway. We'll make it a holiday giveaway, man. I think that'd be fantastic. That way we can have an opportunity to to help out someone, maybe someone that is like me and doesn't have expensive kitchen knives. Oh man, I know I need to start investing in better kitchen knives for sure. But yeah, Craig, hit me up. My email's in the description down below. I would love to do a giveaway with one of those chef's knives. That's really cool of you, man. Thank you. All right. B. Devious says, my Quiet Carry 9 came in an envelope, but it was safe and sound along with some stickers. Yeah, man. Mine came in a regular priority flat rate USPS box, which is fine. But the ends weren't taped. And it looked like it had been opened. So it makes me wonder if they're like, whoever Rollshambo is, he sure gets a lot of packages. And then they open the box and they're like, it's a knife. I don't know. I often wonder if my postman ever wonders, what's in all the packages, because he knows my mailbox. I can walk up now. It's not strange for me to walk up to him and be like, oh yeah, you got a package. Here you go. Tell me that you're a knife nerd without telling me you're a knife nerd. You're probably on a first name basis with your postal service guy. All right. Jim Miller says UPS is worse. I've only ever had one package go missing, and it was shipped with UPS. I've been lucky. People have suffered a lot worse. BEDC says Vosteed kitchen knives are amazing and can be gotten for 50% off on a fairly regular basis. All right, let's check this out. Vosteed. I knew they did kitchen knives. I just never really looked into them. I mean, would you guys watch kitchen knife content if I made content on kitchen knives? Ooh, Santoku knives. Out of stock. The one that I was really, really hoping was in stock. All right, what about chef's knives? They've got two right now. Those look good. The Stallion Damascus chef's knife, $45. That's 50% off. And the Stallion 8-inch. Would you guys watch kitchen knife reviews? How do you even review a kitchen knife? The Stallion looks good. Jim Miller says UPS lost a Veritas for me.
Epic fail.
Man, that's rough. Sorry, Jim. Sorry, that sucks, man. Hopefully it was insured. Hopefully you got your money back, or they sent you another knife. That sucks. Hey, shout out to Dwayne Letterman. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you, man. Illuminati says, if you're going to use said kitchen knife in kitchen, then yes. I don't have mad kitchen skills. I'll be honest about that. I like to cook, but I don't have excellent knife skills. I probably embarrass myself or chop off the tip of my pinky on accident trying to show off. That's why I don't review kitchen knives, because I don't have any great skill. But I could talk about how easy they are to use or not easy, or whether they hold an edge. That is a beautiful Damascus finish on that knife. That is beautiful. What I want to know is, this is the one. Look at the belly on that. Look at the belly on that blade. I like that. It's tall. That is the Onion Destroyer 3000, without a doubt. BEDC says Amazon is the best place to find them. Okay. Gator Aaron says, my UPS and FedEx guys are solid. They get cards every year. If you treat your postal workers right, magically, they'll make sure you get your packages. Smart man. Always treat people in the food industry well. Treat your postal workers well. Treat your neighbors well, because you're going to be living next to them, if you can. Some people don't think about this stuff. Hey, shout out to Mikey Daly. Mikey Daly Carey in the house, everybody.
Certified badass.
Good to see you, Mikey. Good to see you. Todd Carr says, I just have the Amazon Basics set and an old carbon steel one that's mine to use only. Wife wanted these Amazon ones. They're okay. All right. I do need to upgrade my kitchen knives. That might have to be something we do in 2024. New Year's resolutions, but ones that we actually follow through with. Jim Miller says, Kaiser paid me back. They were out of the Veritas, but I found the K. Well, I'm glad you got your money back, man. And Kaiser can 100% afford to do that. Jim Miller says, the local people are great. It's the others that suck. Yeah. So if you guys, like, I got too many knives on my desk right now. If you guys want to see something that will make you want to ensure every single package you have coming in the mail, check this out. California package railroad. So check this out. I'm going to go. So you guys see this? This is an article. What? Disable my ad blocker. I will not. I don't need to do that. I'll find it elsewhere. So let's see if I can pull up this article. You see this picture with all of these crushed boxes? So UPS, USPS, FedEx, a lot of times they use trains to send your package that contains whatever you ordered across country. When it goes through California, people hop on these trains and start rifling through stuff. And oftentimes they will throw your package, if they don't find something they want in there, they'll throw it overboard. So your lost package could very well end up here on this stretch of the Union Pacific Rail tracks in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Epic fail.
So every time I look at this picture, I'm like, I need to put insurance on more shipping. Oh man, that is tragic. Piles of packages from Amazon, FedEx, and more. Why cargo theft is happening? Because they just jump on they do it Jesse James style. They just jump on the train because it's moving slow through the town. And they're like, yeah, free shit. Why not? Thank you, California. Thank you.
Epic fail.
I mean, I guess you can't guard the whole train track. I get it. But still, they need to figure that out. Jim Miller says, saw that it was several years ago. It still happens today. This one says 2019. 2020. Nope. Still happening as of January 19th, 2022. It's just a bump. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Gator Aaron says, well, my postman is a freaking psycho. He literally slam dunks packages. He's out here balling like LeBron. with the latest knife pre-order, you're like, I waited 6 months for that to come in the mail. Just volleyball spikes it. Brutal. Josh says a locked door would be nice. Yeah. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. All right, guys. So it's about that time. My live streams, for those who are tuning in for the first time, they go for about an hour from 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And the reason why they only last an hour is because this late at night in the middle of the week, most people have work tomorrow, myself included. And for those of you who tuned in on a regular basis, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys have made this hobby so much fun. For those of you who are new to the channel, I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope you're entertained by the content, live streams, regular content, otherwise. But every time I have a live stream, it makes me very grateful for the people that prop this channel up, that prop up the whole community. And you're a part of that. I'm going to call it a night, and I'll be thinking about when I can do a second live stream within the week, because I think that it's time to start considering that. I think the live streams are an important part of this channel, and now that the channel is getting more and more well established, I think it has to happen. We've got to do more live streams. Probably won't be putting those in this year. It'll probably be after next month, once we get into 2024. That's when I'll start making some significant changes to content structure, channel structure, so on and so forth. So keep your eye out for that. I'll probably put a poll out there in the community and see, what people would prefer. And then we'll go with that. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in, for joining. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week. And I will catch you, my friends, on the flip side.